This is VOA News. Reporting by remote, I'm Joe Ramsey. France's foreign minister has said the besieged Ukrainian city of Mariupol is close to becoming like the destroyed city of Aleppo in Syria. AP correspondent Karen Chamas reports.
Jean-Yves Le Drian told the Doha Forum that Russia's siege warfare should induce collective guilt. Today, we're in a siege war, and Mariupol is the most striking example of this. And the siege war, it's a horrible war since civilian populations are being massacred and annihilated. When asked if he agreed with President Biden's remarks that Russian President Vladimir Putin cannot stay in power, Le Drian responded that diplomacy remained a French priority. We must continue to speak with President Putin because it is precisely because he does not have the result of what he thought he could have that we must be in demand for dialogue. The foreign minister also said the world is at a tipping point as the war continues to spiral, adding, "This is a crisis that affects us all." I'm Karen Chamas.
Top American diplomats clarified on Sunday the United States does not have a policy of regime change in Russia, as supporters and critics of President Joe Biden played down his declaration that Russian President Vladimir Putin, quote, cannot remain in power. Julianne Smith, the U.S. ambassador to NATO, sought to put Biden's remarks in Poland on Saturday into context, saying they followed a day speaking with Ukrainian refugees in Warsaw.
In the moment, I think that was a principled human reaction to the stories that he had heard that day.
Smith on CNN's State of the Union program Sunday adding,
"The U.S. does not have a policy of regime change in Russia, full stop."
Find more on the story at voanews.com. This is VOA News. Many Nigerian citizens and security experts are raising concerns that the country may be overrun by terrorists after some 200 gunmen Saturday invaded an airport in Kaduna State and killed an official. The attack followed days of violent raids in the state with dozens of people killed. Timothy Obuja reports from Abuja.
Saturday's attack was the latest in a spate of violence that has hit the northwestern Nigerian state for days. Federal Airport Authority said the armed terrorists invaded runway 5 of the airport from a nearby forest and opened fire, killing one official and causing flight delays. Kaduna State Commissioner of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, said the military deployed to the airport immediately repelled the attack before it escalated. Armed gangs have been terrorizing the state for years. In the last 2 weeks, dozens of people were reported killed in series of attacks on local communities southward of the state, where sectarian violence has persisted. Jake Studu, an activist from southern Kaduna, says the recent development is worrying.
These guys are actually doing the unimaginable, like things you could not believe or things you could not even imagine. Coming out in broad daylight to attack airports, it's really crazy and scary.
Saturday's attack also occurred as Nigerian president and top officials of his ruling political party, All Progressives Congress, APC, hosted thousands of people in Abuja to mark the party's conference ahead of next year's polls, sparking criticism. The critics say the attacks highlighted major failures on election promises made to Nigerians. Timothy Obezu for VOA News, Abuja, Nigeria.
Brazil's far-right president Jair Bolsonaro launched his re-election campaign on Sunday. He told thousands of cheering supporters that opinion polls were wrong, and he is sure to win this year's election that pits good against bad. Bolsonaro faces a tough challenge against his former rival leftist, former President Lula da Silva. Recapping our top story, top American diplomats attempted to clarify on Sunday the United States does not have a policy of regime change in Russia, as supporters and critics of President Joe Biden played down his declaration that Russian President Vladimir Putin, quote, cannot remain in power. Reporting by remote, I'm Joe Ramsey.